I see the sheet, I slit on the sheet. Nimeanza haraka chananze polepole.
With all the energy today, tunaenda catch up na Ian Orunga. Wacha tuone kama you go home, at least tujue more about him. Hey, sasa.
Poa sana mambo.
For a long time.
Hey, long time. Karibu.
Hey, huku kwenyu ni mbali. Si tumetembea.
Karibu Kajiado. Watu tutafuta nyama na travel sana.
Hey, huku na vumbi. Asante. I know many people have been wondering who Ian Orunga is. You can just tell us who you are away from hockey. Who is this man that we hear, that we've heard of, that has been part of amazing awards?
Wow, that sounds like a broad question. But then just to mention some of the things that I do apart from hockey, I love team building activities, outdoor adventure, mostly the high adrenaline ones, which is part of what I do on the side apart from hockey, that is. And beyond that, I also love working with computers, do a bit of web design, and once in a while when I'm caught up in a situation where I have maybe to record and edit some videos, I also do the same. And and I'm also a graphic designer.
That's nice.
Apart from, I'm sure a good number of guys already know that that you also run a hockey shop, currently just online, not a physical one.
And what are the things that are sold in that hockey shop, since a lot of people who are watching this are hockey players?
We sell hockey sticks, shin guards, knuckle guards, and grips. And we also have stuff for the umpires, whistles, cards. Yeah, mainly those ones. But soon we might be venturing into playing kits, the uniforms themselves, and then socks and shoes. We are still looking for a good source. We haven't found a source that's giving us a good price for the Kenyan market. Yeah. Okay.
You're runners-up in the Coaches of the Year award category in the HockeyKE awards. Tell us about your journey.
It was quite an interesting one from the word go. For those who know me quite well, I'm not that person who posts almost everything on social media. So it sort of pushed me out of my comfort zone in a way, getting to ask people for votes and all that. But most importantly, it's something that really excited me, because finally, after a very long time, there's a group of people, a group of individuals who've come up, people who love hockey, have come up with an idea of awarding people who've been excellent in the sport in different ways. And so I was like, I can't say no to this. Let me go ahead and give it my best and see how far we can go with it. And good enough, I managed coming up as a runners-up. And one of the things that really stood out for me during that period is the fact that there were people who were ready to support. When we asked them to vote, they were willing to vote. When we asked them to share, they were willing to share. Some things that, of course, I wasn't used to, because it was the first thing that I've ever done online in terms of campaigning and all.
And of course, there are challenges in your campaign. Maybe you can just tell us some of the challenges you faced when you're searching for votes.
Well, I didn't face as many challenges per se. Yeah, because most of the people I used to forward to are people that I interact with most often. And lucky enough, they always used to share the same with their other friends. Though, of course, at some point, some of them were asking, Kwani, we'll keep voting till when? Because there was that, there were levels and all, and also the voting took like a week or something. So it's like, guys have to vote every week. So some people probably got tired along the way. But I'm glad the few who used to encourage me were the ones whom I wake up in the morning, I find that someone has actually posted even before I did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so they're actually people who are willing to support me in this. There are people who believe in me. So that used to encourage me to even continue with it.
Any other awards you've won apart from that?
Externally, I can say that's a major award in the sporting field for me, pertaining hockey. But apart from that, in Daystar, I was in my last year in graduation. I was the Sportsman of the Year for the graduating class in 2016. Then within Daystar, I won some different awards: the Outstanding Sportsman Award, and Yeah, I think that must have been around 2010, 2011. I was also an MVP in some Kusa tournament at JQuat, JQuat Open. Yeah, those are sort of the main ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking about the HockeyKE awards, we saw you were competing against more experienced coaches like Dennis Walker, who've won the league before, and Thomas Musheni. How was it for you?
I don't know whether threatening is the best word to use for that, because looking at myself here and Dennis Walker on the other side, that's a very huge comparison, to be honest, because he's achieved so much. I can't compare myself to him, to be honest, with you guys. Yeah, he's also been in the field longer than I have. I can call myself a freshman in the field of hockey, in terms of knowledge and also in terms of experience. So it's something that, well, it's sort of before I went ahead and continued campaigning, after we got to the level where we were only the three of us, Mcheni, Walker and I was a bit hesitant to continue because like, how can I be competing with this guy? Yeah, it looks like, no, it's not real. But then later on I reminded myself why I started coaching. I didn't start coaching because I wanted to win medals. Well, if medals come, that's a good thing, because of course that's the only thing that the world notices in most cases. But the main reason I started coach is because I want to impart lives. And by the fact that I came up among the top 3, it means that there's some lives that really notice that, hey, this guy has done something in my life, let me vote for him, or something of the sort. Or there's some people out there who see like this guy has the potential to even become the next Dennis Walker, or bigger than Dennis Walker, so they decided let's vote for this guy because it's some new blood coming up. Yeah, so it was actually a good thing for even them placing me there with such big names. Yeah, but I respect them. In my hockey journey, I started as a volunteer. Of course, in Kenya, very few coaches get paid for it. I started as a volunteer, and at the same time, I was still just a young player. We had started a team at Daystar, so fresh, new in the league, and there was no one to coach it. So I took up the challenge, used to go online, Google some videos, watch them, and learn a few things to come and coach the players. And we continued growing together as a team. But then, lucky enough, sometime later, Kagochi came in. He came in now officially as a coach for the team. So I worked there as his assistant, because anyway I was also still a student. So I used to assist him for the times that he wasn't there, and even when he was there, we used to still work together in different ways. And I can say it was a privilege, because he sort of opened up my mind towards looking for more knowledge, not just online, but also something that could at least, let me say, give me some paper. For you to say that you are a hockey coach, there needs to be some qualification. But before he came in, I don't think I knew much about the qualification apart from the international ones, which meant that I had to travel all the way outside the country. So yeah, he sort of mentored me for the time we were working together. And when he left Daystar, the school still needed my services. At that time I'd already graduated, so I came in now officially as the coach for the team. And of course, after Kagochi coming in and introducing me to the coaching courses, I've gone ahead and also pursued the level 1 FOH coaching course. Okay. And I'm looking forward to even pursuing more and experiencing more as I coach more players. Okay.
Away from Daystar, is there any other team that you coach at school maybe?
At the moment I coach young kids. Of course, due to COVID, many teams haven't been training. I coach young kids at church. We started a program we run on Saturdays, and we managed to fix in hockey in some way. Yeah, and apart from that, I also had the privilege of coaching Mavoko Secondary School. And then that's sometime around last year. I think it was last season. And before that, I also had the privilege of working with a team in Webuye, the team that we founded not so many years ago, called Marauder's Hockey. For the short time that I'm there at home, I help them, I coach them a bit. And yeah, I'm still looking forward to working with more teams and more players in this country individually.
Yeah, we know COVID has affected a lot of things, mostly for sports people. How has it affected you as a coach?
It has affected me hugely because, well, we had gotten used to coaching as something that everyone has to be there physically. But then lucky for me, I had at least gotten some experience of doing something online, but mostly those were team talks where we came to also analyze games. So switching to the online side, it wasn't that hard. Though of course now the other thing that comes in is the players, because you can't get the players to train when there is nowhere to play. There is no competition. Most of the players want something to look forward to. They want to know this weekend you're going to play against this team, so they're training to meet some given opponents. And so we managed to even do a few sessions with our players when they were at home, and it was quite a challenge because most of them are students. And students, the way they are, if there is no competition, then why should I? But lucky for us, a few guys used to show up for those sessions. And it also opened up my mind, the COVID. It opened up my mind to thinking more on how we can get things done as coaches. Thinking more on things that can be done individually by the players and not just things that can be done as a whole, as a team, because everyone had to train on their own. And the good thing about COVID that I'm really grateful is the fact that it also enabled coaching education to advance, and now we can do those courses online without necessarily having to travel all the way to Netherlands, Belgium and all that, cutting some expenses for us, which is it's such a good thing, a big step.
Speaking of that, I know there are a lot of people outside here who want to pursue their dream of being coaches like you, and I think KHU did a good job by bringing out the coaching courses that they brought during COVID.
Yes.
What can you tell such kind of people, since you also came from that foundation?
I can tell them to use those opportunities because they never used to be there. I actually wish I was younger.
Yeah.
I actually wish I was younger, or these courses came sometime before I even got to start coaching days or something. So they should use the opportunity, and they should not assume that being the best player, you can be the best coach.
Yeah.
But then they should know that there is some level of education that they also need to be pursuing to get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wear many hats. You're a graphic designer, web designer, you're a family man, you're a coach, you do church activities. How do you manage to cope up with all of that?
I will say time management and God. Because I'll say time management because all these things have to be timed. I need to know when I'm supposed to stop doing my graphic design work, when I'm supposed to do my research in terms of coaching, and when I'm supposed to be on the field to coach my players, and when I'm supposed to be on the field playing and doing all those other things that I do even at church. And God comes in because of course all these things need a lot of my time. There are some people who do them full time, but I've had the privilege of doing all of them as part-time things. So you find that when I have a graphic design job, probably there's no web design job or something of the sort. Or if they are both there, then I only have pressure for one. So that means one can wait a bit as I continue finishing the other. So that's how I've managed my way around it. Of course, family is in the middle of all that, and I'm glad I've had the opportunity to also share enough time with my family. Yeah. I see the sheet, I sleep on the sheet. Nimeanza haraka, acha nianze polepole. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
Faster.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. I slit the sheet I sit.
Okay, the butter with the butter is the butter that is better. That's easy. Hey. Okay. A flea and a fly in a flue, say the fly. Or what should we do? Say the flea. Let us fly. Say the fly. Let us flee. So they flew through a flow in the flue. Wow. Hiyo ni rahisi. Nianze. Kama unataka kuanza saa hii ndio nisiset batu hai.
Ukishasema ni rahisi, si unaenda kunikimbiza hapa.
Nisiset batu hai. Aya, twende.
A flea and a fly in a flue, said the fly. A flea and a fly in a flue, said the fly. Oh, what should we do? Said the flea. Let us fly, said the fly. Let us flee, so they flew through a flow in the flue.
Okay, faster.
A flea and a fly in a flue, said the fly. On oh, what should we do? Said the flea, let's fly. Said the fly, let us flee. A flea and a fly in a flue. Said the fly, oh, what should we do? Said the flea, let us fly. Said the fly, let us flee. So they flew through a flow in the lazima niende pole pole.
Acha njaribu. A flea and a fly in a flue, say the fly. Oh, what should we do? Say the flea. Let us fly, say the fly. Let us flee. So they flew through a flow in the flue. A flea and a fly in a flue, say the fly. Oh, what shall we do? Say the flea. Let us fly, say the fly. Let us flee. So they flew through a flow in the flue. A flea and a fly in the flue, say the fly. Oh, what shall we do? Say the flea. Let us fly, say the fly. Let us flee. So they flew through a flow in the flue.
I chose the wrong battle.
Mimi mjaluo, utajua Jaluo wanajuanga hizi vitu ama nirudie tena. Haraka.
You umeconfirm.
Sasa times 4 speed. A flea and a fly in a flue, say the fly. Oh, what shall we do? Say the flea. Let us fly, say the fly. Let us flee. So they flew through a flow in the flue. A flea and a fly in a flue, say the fly. Oh, what shall we do? So say the flea. Let us fly, say the fly. Let us flee. So they flew through a flow in the flue.
Next time natafuta battle tofauti.
Time tafuta ingine. Sasa mimi nimeshinda anyway. As we finish, what is your coaching philosophy or your coach slogan?
It's very short. Create it, be it.
Wow.
Yeah, the main reason, well, basically creating it and being it is you can't enjoy what you didn't create. So whatever you want to see, make sure that you created it. And whatever you want to also see in other people, make sure that you are that thing, be it.
Meskia, create it, be it.